speaking of insects that they eat, they do have these insects that are called humiles, which are live insects that people will eat, buy in bulk, and it's like a little snack, almost kind of like a little flavoring, you could say. I never ate them, but I know a lot of missionaries that did and actually liked them. Every meal you're gonna have corn tortillas, lime, salsa, and I actually didn't have rice or beans nearly as much as I thought I would. But with everything, it doesn't matter what you're eating. You could be eating spaghetti, you could be eating soup, you could be eating, you could even be eating a bread dish, and you'll have tortillas. And that was probably my favorite thing. I got really used to that. It's really easy to gain weight when you're eating a lot of tortillas. We had Coca-Cola just about every day. One member would give us Coca-Cola, so I got over the I didn't drink caffeine before the mission, and I grew up under the idea that it's bad for you, but I got over that pretty quick. And actually, Mexican Coke is the best. I've heard the argument that it's no different, but it is. It's a lot better. They do have a food called pancita, which just means it's stomach, and it is probably one of the fattiest foods I ever had. It was one of my least favorites. It's funny because just the difference of a single word. If you say pancita or pancito, pancito is referring to like a little bread, and so if you say pancita and you say, sister, I'd like some pancita, you're wanting bread, she'll make you cow stomach or pig stomach, which doesn't taste very good in my opinion. I learned to appreciate tongue. Tongue is actually a pretty good meat, as long as you can get over the texture and the fact that the little strips of tongue, one side looks normal, almost looks kind of like tofu, you could say, kind of that look. But if you flip it over, you can actually see the ridges of the cow tongue. And so, after my mission, I took my wife to get tongue, and as soon as she saw that, she didn't eat it. So that was pretty good. Tacos are the best. We have tacos al pastor, which is just this big trunk of meat that they rotate around this, essentially this vertical grill. You could think of it that way. And they have a big piece of pineapple on top. And as it's rotating, they'll cut off little strips into it, put it into a little taco. And then my favorite part is most of at least the experienced taco makers, would take a knife and they would flick off a little bit of pineapple, and then they would catch it in your taco, throw some cilantro on, and you probably get 5 or 6 of those for $2 or $3. And it was phenomenal. It was probably my favorite thing to eat there, was the tacos al pastor. That they cook everything, so you don't actually have to eat everything, but they're gonna cook the whole deal. So I just remember getting a chicken foot in my first area. It was like my 3rd day in the mission. I had this delicious soup and this nice broth with some vegetables in it, and then just a chicken foot laid into it. And I really didn't know how to approach it. I'm like, do I eat the little toes, or what part of this do I eat? And then another time, actually I got fairly common, was they had a fish called mojarra, big, it was about this big, and they would just catch it and throw the whole thing on the grill. So you'd have to work around the eye and rip the skull open and remove the brain. A lot of people really liked eating the fish eye. I never got into that, but the meat was really, really good, the fish. So as long as you could just I felt a lot of times kind of like a surgeon when I was eating, just trying to rip open and, get rid of all the bone and just eat the meat. It was really good. You get over it pretty fast. You just eat what you can. The food I had in general was some of the best food I've ever had in my whole life. I will say the desserts in Mexico lacked a little bit. The common dessert was flan, which I wasn't a huge fan of. They also do a lot of rice pudding. and Jello. And what I actually really did like was they had sweetbreads, so a wide array of breads that have different flavors and different colors, and it's really good.